The Lucky Rabbit, a nightclub as famous as it is infamous and named after its very owner. Drinking, drugs, dancing, all the stuff that makes the nightlife enticing and fills you with regret in the morning. Nina has regrets, but not over having a fun night. Rather, she regrets being so careless with one of her belongings. On her search to find it again, she returns to the Lucky Rabbit and the charmed owner himself. Another night of fun awaits her, but not for her. Hello everybody, Washu here, and welcome to Lucky Rabbit Club, a visual novel by the wonderfully talented ArcadeKitten. I've been looking forward to this one for quite a while, so let's just get underway. Oh, where is it? I could have sworn it was over here, somewhere. You continue down the sidewalk, turning your head every which way as you continue to look for it. It's been a while since you've last been here, though, and it's been very easy to get turned around, especially now as the sun begins to set and the buildings become aglow with familiar red lights. It makes everything begin to blend together, and you're almost certain you've gone in at least one circle. Now, a pretty young thing like you shouldn't be wandering around a place like this alone. You turn around behind you expectedly, and he slides into view. Whoa, ha, that's what you said the first time I came here. Ha, guilty as charged. You stare up at the rabbit. He was exactly who needed to run into. Lucky you. I'm glad to see you around here again. You really scared me. You know, here I sat thinking I'd never get to see you again. And that'd be a shame. Because I really enjoyed our time together. Aw, you really missed little old me. I'm surprised, with how many people fawn over you as soon as you step into the room. You flatter me. What brings you back here anyway? Could it be you were missing being my honey bunny? Well, actually, you see, I realized I forgot something a while ago, and I've been going crazy retracing my steps to try and find it. You didn't happen to see a pearl necklace without an owner anywhere in your club, did you? It's really important to me. I need to get it back. You know, I can't recall, but it's more than possible you left it behind. Here, come with me. We'll go looking for it together. Okay, so we're in the red light district. We have a very handsome buff bunny helping us out. What could possibly go wrong? Oh, would you? That'd be such a huge help. Thank you. Of course, don't worry about it. Besides, it'll give us some time to catch up. I had a feeling you'd say something like that. You step aside and allow him to lead the way. It brings forth the memories of when you first arrived in this city, and when you first met the very rabbit beside you. He invited you out to a local nightclub for a fun time. Unbeknownst to you at the time, he was the owner of said nightclub. He takes you down a few twists and turns, the area becoming all more familiar the closer you get. Until, at last, he stops right before the entrance. You look up at the glowing, vibrant sign. There it is, the Lucky Rabbit Club. The Lucky Rabbit. With a name like that, you probably should have guessed he ran the thing. But you just weren't thinking. Clearly, you weren't thinking given that you lost such an important item to you. Or it was stolen. I mean, we don't know if it was lost, you know. You hope at least that you're able to find it somewhere inside these doors. Playboy steps ahead of you, about to open up the door for you. But before he's able to, the door opens on its own, and two other women step out. Oh. Oh, awesome. I know both of these characters. Maggie, Mary, my girls. Playboy enthusiastically greets the two, even pulling them in for a small group hug. Where are you going? The night hasn't even started yet. Mary started feeling a bit overstimulated. So we thought, we'd get some fresh air for now. We'll be back later. We're just gonna chillax for a while. Bzz. The one with the red hair, Mary, is looking at you a bit strangely. You wonder briefly if you should say something, but before you get the chance to. Alright, girls, I'll see you later. Be good. The two of them continue on their way out. You open your... Oh, yep. Baby. He's been called over by one of them. Hold on, Nina. I'll be right with you. You watch from a distance as Mary grabs Playboy's hands. They're clearly talking about something, but with the distance between you and the noise of the city, it's impossible to hear. They don't talk for very long. And once their conversation is over, Playboy returns to your side. Alright, already a few questions here, so why did Mary stare at us that way? Sometimes, these little details, you know? It's an open-ended question for now. What were they just talking about right now? Girlfriends of yours? Nope, just friends. That's so. I didn't know it was possible for you to have friends without them benefiting you in some way. What makes you think they aren't? The benefit is that I get to have, 2 friends. Why do you think so lowly of me? Gee, I wonder why. Wouldn't work out anyways. Those girls don't exactly like to have fun. Not the way I do, anyhow. I think I know enough about what's fun for you, bunny boy. After your bit of banter, the two of you finally step inside the nightclub together. Saving dangerous. Oh my god. The club is just as you remember it being. Energetic and lively, but still with an air of class to it that makes you feel like you're just a tad bit fancy even being in here. It's already full of people who are up and dancing their cares away. Did ya miss this place? Playboy attempts to talk over the music. I know we're supposed to be looking for your necklace and all, but how's about we grab a drink first? My treat. Well, if it's your treat, then how could I refuse? Am I gonna get an option to refuse? Look directly in Playboy Bunny's pockets. Is that a pearl necklace in your pocket, or a... You follow Playboy up to the bar and take a seat beside him on the velvet stools. Whoa, hello. Within a few moments, the bartender appears before you. She's a red fox, much like yourself. She greets the both of you, though you can tell she's a bit more focused on Playboy than you. Still, she turns to you with a smile. What can I get for you this evening, sweetheart? Well, what's it gonna be? Oh, I love this. Just water's fine. Wait, hold on. Bloody Fairy, Cosmic-politan, Margarita, Daiquiri, Martini, and a Whisker Sour. Now, I don't know for sure, but is this already trajectorying our endings? I can't possibly just say just water's fine for this first playthrough. There's no way. Okay, I'll do Bloody Fairy. After you place your order, Playboy follows suit. Martini, the way I like it. Of course, they'll get it for you right away. Thank you, gorgeous. You always know how to keep me happy. You watch for a moment as the bartender begins preparing his drink. The shaking of the cup provides an oddly pleasing sound. You turn back to Playboy for a moment. You have a bit of a type, don't you? Huh? What, are you saying you don't have a thing for foxy girls? I don't know what you're talking about. Sure you don't, bunny boy. The bartender returns with your drinks and you thank her as she passes them over to you. You look over at Playboy, who took no hesitation in putting the glass up to his lips. He's turned away from the bar and faces the dance floor, seemingly people watching as he drinks. Drinks good? Incomparable. You know, I think I remember you getting that when I first was here, you too. Do you drink it every night? We all have our vices. I remember you having more than a few drinks over the course of your stay. Got any others? Vices, I mean. Well, that depends on what you mean by it. How about smoking? You smoke at all? I've got some cigars I wouldn't mind sharing. I smoke. I don't smoke. Refuse to answer. I don't smoke. Refuse to answer. Figures. Your teeth are too pretty for that. Ha, thanks. Alright, aside from that, you know, I don't remember. Was there any other substances that you like? Because if you want, let's just say I've got some connections. We could make a real party of things, you know? I love party drugs. I'm clean. Well, I'm here specifically to find a necklace. It better not get too crazy. These are very explicit, though. I have a feeling, though, if I select this, you're going to be locked into one ending. Although, I'm not going to hyperfix on that so much. I have a feeling I'm just going to refuse to answer this one. I don't think it matters. I'd say it matters a little bit. Gotta know what I'm getting if I decide to get this stuff. But it's fine, we don't gotta. Just thought I might add a bit more spice to the evening. We're looking for a necklace, PB. Yes, I came to look for my necklace, but it sounds like you're trying to paint the town red. Can you blame me? I still think about that night we met. Walked into town looking like a straight dime ready for a good time. And I only really got a brief taste of you before you'd up and disappeared on me. Real cruel thing of you to do, sweetheart. Leaving me out here all high and dry. Oh, please. As if people aren't constantly throwing themselves at you. I remember you kissing a guy while we headed to the VIP room, and kissing another girl as soon as we stepped inside. So pardon me if I have trouble believing you missed little old me so much. Of course I missed you. You got some real special going on, Nina. And how many people have you told that to? I'm serious. I never had a lover I didn't think was special. They've always been so beautiful. And I'm not talking about a pretty face. I don't get attached if I don't like what's going on the inside. Like the literal inside, PB? Or like, you know, their feelings and their soul. And you're not any different from that. Am I so wrong for wanting to enjoy your company again? For wanting to relive some of that fun we had before you left? I've been dreaming of it ever since. So you're not gonna let me down, are you, dream girl? Well, I suppose when you put it like that, it is a little sweet. A little. There's a pause in the conversation. You take notice as Playboy eyes you up and down, glass pressed to his lips. When he's finished drinking, he asks you, "You exercise often?" Why do you ask? Just curious. I exercise regularly. Yeah. I thought so. Those legs of yours don't lie. My eyes are up here, bunny boy. The conversation tapers off from there. You sip your drink as Playboy looks back into the crowd of people. Your gaze follows suit. There's an energetic song playing and plenty of people are dancing their dance floor. Their movements are lively and intense as if they're about 30% more drunk. They'd probably be knocking each other over. That's the best time to party. White girl wasted. It's a bit fun to watch. So? You want to dance? I absolutely want to dance. I absolutely want to dance right now. Yes. You know it. That's what I like to hear. You hop out of your seat and abandon your drink at the bar, letting the bar... wait, what? You hop out of your seat and abandon your drink at the bar. Letting the bartender take it away with what little you had left to go clean the glass. Okay, never mind. Swiftly, you make your way towards the dance floor, music already beginning to move you before you made it all the way there. You brush past a few groups of people as you move to take center stage. No one's really paying attention to you, but being in the middle of the dance floor, just feels right. You allow your mind to space out, almost forgetting the reason you returned, lost in the music and swaying of your hips. Oh, here we go. It isn't long before Playboy's at your side, dancing along with you. His moves are simple and understated, but he seems to be enjoying himself all the same. For the most part, you just dance side by side, moving separately but together. But every now and then your moves align in pleasant sync, creating a playful dance floor harmony. You must admit it's rather fun when he gives you a twirl. Two of you continue to dance into the night and you lose track of time in the midst of your enjoyment. Uh-oh, where's my pearl necklace? But as to be expected, exhaustion begins to catch up to you. So before you're completely drained of energy, you signal to Playboy that you need to take a break and he follows you off the dance floor. Not bad, sweetheart. I was getting worried you might have lost some of your spark in the time you were away. Me? Oh, who? Me? Never. I just need to take a pause before I break a heel. Ha ha ha. No worries. Thanks for keeping me entertained. Been a while since I've had a good dance like that. If you want, we can go look for that necklace of yours now. Oh, so he is bringing the topic back to it. I was wondering if he was just going to be distracting us the whole time. Oh, could we? That'd be perfect. Thank you so much. Anytime, pretty lady. Playboy starts walking through the club and towards the back of the building, where you remember the VIP sections being. You follow along behind him, wondering if you really will find the necklace back here after everything. It's a stretch, but it's better than not checking at all. Eventually, Playboy stops in front of the door. He pulls a key card out from his pocket and unlocks it. Before you know it, you're back in a very familiar VIP room. I like how the music dimmed. You inhale deeply as you enter the room, noting the faint, oriental notes of the scent of it. It brings back more memories than just seeing the room alone would provide. It looks mostly the same, but with a few things changed around since your last visit. And here we are. You're lucky it's got no reservations tonight, so you can search around freely. I don't know. What do you mean? I mean, I'm gonna check anyway, but do you really think I have a chance of finding it here? It's been so long since I was last here, and this area gets used by so many people. You're assuming that? You're assuming. Maybe it really was. I don't know. All these little details. I also like the picture of the fox with the time. Or the character with the clock over the eye. Very cute. And it's possible someone just picked up my necklace and ran off with it. I mean, yeah, sure. That's a possibility. But we don't know for sure until we check, right? I guess. Here, now look. Oh, Playboy. Sir, where are you? Looks like I'm needed elsewhere. I'll be back to help you look in a bit. Feel free to get started without me. Saving. Playboy struts past you to go find what you assume is an employee looking for him and closes the door behind him. Okay. You're alone in the room. Fantastic. Where would I be taking it off? Were we getting busy and I had that? Wait, do I even wear it? Where do I keep this? Wait, I'm not gonna ask many more questions. All right, my necklace really is here. Where might I have left it? Using your mouse, hover over. Oh my God! Click on the highlighted spots to interact with different objects in the room. Okay. Let's see. Plant, bottles, couch, table. Is there one secret Oh. There's one place I maybe wouldn't have expected it to be. The lights? I'm gonna try the couch first. I mean, maybe? You walk over to the couch and stick your arm between the cushion and back of the couch. You dig around hoping that familiar shape of your necklace will make itself known to you. Alas, there's nothing behind there but spare change and dust bunnies. The light fixture. You look upwards toward the chandelier in the room. It's not like your necklace would have wound up there somehow. Maybe, like if you threw it up there, you were so drunk you were throwing your necklace and trying to hang it from the chandelier, maybe. Unless you were drunker than you remember. Swinging from the chandelier. No, definitely not. Okay, this one. I mean, maybe other cushion. You walk over to the couch and stick your arm between the cushion and back of the couch. You dig around. Okay, nope. Oh. You look upon the bigger picture frame in the room. There's a painted portrait here of a figure you don't recognize. Maybe you're not supposed to. Maybe it's just artwork. Well, let's see. I see a clock. The clock is somewhere in between 2 and 3 at the top of the hour. So maybe that's a clue. Because it would be at 2 or 3. I don't know. I hyperfixate on all of these things. There's a W. We have a little... I don't know. I like the character, though. I'm gonna remember this in case there's hints. And it certainly has nothing to do with your necklace. Maybe. You look into the mirror. You strike a pose or two and then do a simple twirl in front of it. I look great. Yep, still got it. Check the fridge. Possibly? You open up the cabinet in the room, cautiously eyeing each and every shelf. There's glasses in here to drink your drinks in, and a smaller shelf near the bottom seems to contain party games you remember playing. Party games? Wait a minute, this is the gaming room? I thought this was the drugs and sex room. We're gonna play Settlers of Catan in here. You carefully push the contents inside, not wanting to risk dropping or breaking anything. Just maybe you left your necklace in here somehow. Alas, the search is fruitless. You check the shelves inside multiple times just to be careful, but there's nothing even close to resembling your necklace in here. You close the cabinet again. What about the beautiful looking plant? I guess? Just in case, you check the plant. To your surprise, it's a real plant, not a plastic one. Whoa. There's no sign of your necklace near it, though, and you're sure it's not packed in between the dirt and the pot. You step away from the plant. Okay, let me see. What have we checked? We checked the... Oh, wait, that actually is a cabinet in it. You see a picture frame on the table? No, the cabinet. Okay, awesome. You recognize the people in this picture. You shared the VIP with them last time you were here. Unlike plenty of other guests, you didn't see them seem to have a thing going on with Playboy. Unsurprising. You can't recall their names, though. I can. Did they ever even tell you? Putting the picture frame down, you check that. Yes, that one. It's empty, aside from a corkscrew bottle opener. Damn. Is it not here? Check the plant. Yes. Maybe under the table? A quick scan over the top of the table tells you there's nothing on it except the bucket and wine bottle. Just in case you kneel over the floor and peer your head underneath. Nothing. You're making this hard. Oh my god. More drinks line some shelves in the room. You have to wonder when too much is too much. Do most of these even get opened? They're vanity bottles. They're beauty bottles. Regardless, your necklace isn't hidden among them. Okay. What happens, just out of curiosity? What happens if we select something twice? Do we look at it again? Okay. I was wondering if it was like you could spend your time looking at something multiple times, but no, it was not. A clock. Eh? No way that's the right time. Is it? You reach up and poke the hands with your fingers. They follow whatever direction you put them in. Sure. Yes. I was paying attention. It was in between 2 and 3. No. Maybe it was 3. Was it not 3? Am I stupid? That's between 2 and 3. Straight up between 2 and 3. Unless it's upside down. If that's the case, what time would it be? Because I assumed it was right side up. In fact, I have no way of knowing what angle that clock is at. Maybe we will just try all of them. It definitely isn't 12 o'clock. Never mind. After a moment, the clock opens like a cabinet door. Okay, so why was it 12 o'clock? Am I having a stupid moment here? Wouldn't the hands be over the top of one another? Maybe it's 12:30? Maybe there's another hint that it was 12. After a moment, the clock opens like a cabinet door. Oh, what's this? Behind the clock lies a wall-mounted keyboard. Is there a code meant to go here? Oh my lord. Saving. This guy has been helpful so far. W? I see a W with an arrow going around it. What is he doing? He is looking at me with his covering one of his eyes with his right hand. His hand is bandaged. He's looking through the clock. Wait. Also, he has a flat face, right? Where we're seeing the profile and the front at the same time. Could this be related? What code might we be entering? We're looking at this from the wrong way. We were supposed to look at it from the side. YX swirly 7. Oh wait, we have a Y and a 7 and a W and a 4. $4K. YX7 WQ 4. YX7 WQ 4H squiggly line that could be a W. I'm gonna say K. Oh my god. The mirror? We're going down. You walk over to where the mirror once was. Stairs? Is there a basement in here? But why behind the mirror? Huh? You felt a sharp pain in your body suddenly. And with it comes a heaviness in your whole being, like you're gonna faint. The world around you becomes harder to perceive. The side in front of you beginning to meld together until nothing is recognizable. Your arms fall slack at your sides and your knees feel weak. And before you know it, you're out. Slowly, you open your eyes again. You take a cursory look around you. What the hell is this place? You feel cool metal underneath you. You must be laying on a table or counter of some sort. You attempt to get up, but it appears you've been strapped down. Huh. These straps feel like they could be tighter. You could possibly wriggle your way out, but you're also not sure if it would alert anyone in the process. What will you do? Of course I'm going to try to wiggle out of here. Struggle. Look to your left. Turn your head to the left. On a neighboring table is another young woman. But, unlike yourself, she's very clearly dead. She's got a rough cut across her throat. No one's even bothered to clean her up. Which leads you to assume she was killed and brought down here as soon as she was. But if that's the case, why even bother strapping her in? Just in case. It's insurance. Turn your attention away from her. Act like she can help you get out of here. That's not true. You don't know that for certain. Look to your right. What the hell is that thing? You turn your head to the right. There's not much to look at this side other than a glass-paned cabinet and some strange machine. It's big and bulky with lots of buttons and flashing lights. You have absolutely no idea what it could be used for or why it's down here. As for the cabinet, you're too far away to be able to see inside. You can only guess what its contents are. You turn your head back to the center of the room. We're just gonna stay put. I'm sure everything will be fine. We're gonna struggle. Get me the out of here. You struggle inside your binds. You've been bound by your wrists, forearms, ankles, and thighs. They offer a bit more give than you were expecting, but not enough to free yourself yet. Struggle more. You struggle again, exerting a bit more energy this time. You can feel your binds becoming a bit looser the more you struggle. What's this made of, anyways? Feels like leather. Struggle again. Funneling all your strength, you give one last struggle. And you did it, you're free. You rub your wrists as you approach the door. Uh-oh. Hey, buddy. Ha ha ha. Sweetheart, that's not how this works. Get back on the table. Get back on the table. Attack him. Of course I'm not going to attack him. If I attack him, he'll kill me. I'm drugged and woozy. But that's the more interesting object. Or option. Do we try to play this out survival the first time around? I want to attack him. What happens? Whoa! Ho ho! Feisty one, aren't you? I don't like that. Despite your attempt to attack him, he grabs you quickly and harshly. His strong hands force your arms against your sides, and your relentless kicking seems to affect him little as he forces you back down onto the table. He straps you back in tightly this time, before you can even fully register what happened. Playboy. Care to explain yourself? What's the meaning of this? This better be some well, that's pretty optimistic. This better be some cruel prank. A prank? You know, it really is a shame. I have a lot of fun with you. I would have loved to take you out a bit more before we wind it up here. Especially after I just got you back. I had some fun dates planned. We had such a good thing going on last time. Guess it's my fault for being too excited to recreate it. Can you cut this out? What is this about? Huff. You really want to know? Alright, I'll just say it then. I see a lot of people. I like a lot of people. I date a lot of people. And then, at what a point, I take what's mine. And when it comes to you, well, you left me, and that makes you my ex. And the whole thing with that is, I don't really do exes. Not unless I'm the one doing the exing, you dig? So what? You're gonna kill me, is that it? Just wait here a little while longer, okay, honey bunny? Sit tight. Not like you really have a choice. Playboy walks up to your table and tightens the straps, seemingly extra careful. And just like that, Playboy is out the door. Well, shit. Now what are you gonna do? I'm gonna save and try every option to live. I'm gonna look to my left again. Turn your head back towards the woman on the table beside you. Look at her. She has a button. You can see a button on the table she's on. Could that be the way to open the straps? There's only one way to find out. Our tail! He didn't bind our tail! You take note of where the button is on your table and hope it's the same as yours. You can't reach it with your hands, of course, but maybe you can wriggle your tail onto it. Yes! Oh, well. The restraint's instantly tracked into the table, and you hop onto your feet. Wait, I want to know what it said. In a fortunate turn of events, you manage to reach the button with your tail. Okay, that was a little... I thought it was something else. You're a bit wobbly at first, but quickly regain your composure. All right, he could be coming back at any moment. There's no time to waste. It's time to make your escape. By clicking and dragging on the background, you can get a better look of some of the rooms you find yourself in. What a cool idea. Saving? Sorry. If you're new here, I save a lot. Okay, let's see. White. Okay, seems a little rude, but we'll look at her. Turn your attention to the woman on the table again. Let me look at you. So did he take her voice box? He liked her voice, so he took that? Poor thing. Okay. God. Check head. You bend your knees just a bit to be on a more equal level to her face. Her eyes are completely lifeless. The light doesn't catch in them like it should. Part of you is tempted to shut them for her, but another part of you feels like it's better for them to be left open. Someone should be able to see him for who he is. Okay. Very carefully, very gently, you turn her head back and forth just to make sure there's nothing hiding under her hair. Sorry. It's like we're still looking for our pearl necklace. Maybe, wait a minute, her hair ornament looks like a pearl necklace. You rest her head back to where it was before. You'll leave her for now. We're very preoccupied with our necklace. We are not leaving here without it. Okay. Poor thing. We're gonna... this is where the damage is. Her chest is drenched in blood from her neck, but there doesn't seem to be any actively flowing out anymore. Was she sanguinated? Oh my god, wait a minute. He turned her upside down and then bled her out? What a freak. The blood is dry, but you don't think you can tell how long she's been down here. Though you get the vibe it was probably brought down earlier today. That's sad. You press down on the chest slightly, just to check. There's no sign of a heartbeat, not like you expected there to be, and her ribs seem all in place. It doesn't seem like they were broken, the only injury appears to be on her neck. You were brought down here after some sort of weird injection. You wonder what she must have done to make them slit her throat. Maybe the point was to slit the throat. You remove your hands from her body. You leave her be for now. Okay, I probably should look at something else, but I want to know. I'm about to be killed. I know it. I know that I'm about to be killed. He's going to come back in and he says, you had all that time and you only looked at every single part of the body that was next to you. There has to be something. We'll check the legs. The straps on the legs seem like there's a little give, but it's not like it really matters to her at this point. Her legs don't have any signs of injury on them. There's something a little funny. No, that's not the right word. Curious about how her heels are still on after everything she must have been through. Maybe they just didn't want to leave any evidence behind. You step away from her legs. You'll leave her be for now. No, I won't. I'm going to look in her arms and then be killed by PB as he comes back, and he's confused why I only looked at the body. Check her arms. The straps are tied against her arms. There doesn't appear to be any damage on them from what you can see. Her hands are strangely balled into fists, quite uncommon for a dead woman. How do we know that? Open hands. A chess piece. It's a bishop. It's 16 on it. Or a 91. Unraveling her fists was a bit tricky, as if even through death she refused to let go. Or maybe that's just rigor mortis setting in, probably. The only thing in her hands is a chess piece. You briefly consider taking it from her, but it feels wrong to do so. You let her keep it. You move her hands back into the position you found him in. Okay, thank you. Appreciate you, dead woman. Okay. We didn't even check the door yet. Are we going to attempt to kill him when he comes back? Maybe we can find something in the chest. You walk over to the cart hiding in the corner of the room. There's some mysterious containers and a locked case. You open the drawer on the cart. There's not really anything useful inside. Just some empty just some empty syringes, bottles, and a jar full of liquid. Okay. You approach the shelf in the room. There's a few strange boxes and a pile of bedsheets. Maybe towels, sitting spaced out on the shelves. Surely there's something in these containers that'll be of use to you. Alas, most of them are empty. There's some mysterious red stains at the bottom of some of them. Mysterious red stains. What could they possibly be? Check the door. The door appears to be the only way out of this room. Will you exit the room now? Not yet. You walk over to the cabinet and carefully peer into the glass, nearly pressing your face to it. Inside seems to be a collection of surgical tools. He is a freak! He is a freak! Ew, open it. It's locked. Damn it. There seems to be some kind of code. Okay. 3 times 2 plus 1. Okay, so 6 plus 1. Was this a test to see if people know PEMDAS? Nothing happens. Okay, there was more to it than that. Wait for it. Open the cabinet. Yes, it's locked. I'm ready. Okay. 3x2 plus 1. Maybe he doesn't know PEMDAS. No. Okay, we'll be back in a moment with more info. You walk over to the large machine in the room. It's curious. It's coated in buttons and panels and flashing lights. Looking closer at it doesn't help you understand it at all. The only thing you can read properly is a circle with the number 1 in the center. Is it a circle? It's got sides. Just slightly. Maybe it's a many-sided polygon. 1, 2, 3. Decagon? No. Dodecagon. That's what it's called. Okay. So 12? You decide to just leave it there for now. You don't want to send any alarms by messing with anything. I'm not done with this yet. I will get this. I take a sip of coffee and I'm going to think about it some more. Perhaps we are filling in the number with something else. You look up at the light above the door. It's a striking red, yet the room itself feels dark. Anything else? Oh, maybe we're not going to be able to go back. You step out into the bright hallway. The lights are almost blinding and give off a slight buzz. There's a variety of areas to inspect. Where will you go? Can I go back into the room? Okay, this is the lab room. I have a feeling that we're going to be able to come back and finish this. So we have a chess piece, a black bishop that says 19. So what about left door? You look towards the door, your lefty the pass. Try to open it, but it's locked. Dang it. There's a keypad to input some sort of code and a screen resting above it. Maybe that will unlock it. Okay. What is that? D, C, D, E, C, G? Yay, there we go. The door softly unlocks for you. Now, if they had asked that in the other cleft, I would have had no idea. Bass cleft. You step into the room and are immediately hit with a huge chill that makes you huddle into yourself for warmth. It is freezing in here, and it doesn't exactly take a genius to figure out why that might be. We're refrigerated. Oh, it's a morgue. We are a freak. What the heck? How did we build this? The walls are covered in lockers. You already know what must be inside, but they cannot be your main concern. What about our pearl necklace? Hopefully, with some luck, you can find something of value in here. Saving. Save, please. Okay. I haven't forgot that other lock thing. Okay, what about there? There's a row of cabinets over the counter area. They're too high for you to reach because we're tiny. You wonder for a moment if Playboy can even reach them. Yeah, he probably can. You turn your head to the chair in the room. Maybe? Use the chair to reach the cabinets. Or are we going to slip and fall? There's wheels on that chair. Saving. There's wheels on the chair. You wheel the chair over to the cabinets and step on top. It's a bit wobbly. You consider yourself a pretty well-balanced person. You grab the handle of the cabinet and pull. It doesn't open right away. You pull it again. You could feel a little give, but it's a bit stuck. You pull harder. Oh no! Too hard. You lose your balance an inch too far and gradually pulls you backward and slams you into the hard floor below. Damn it. But not just the floor. You hit the bloody table behind you on the way down. Oof, some of the jars that were sitting on it fly off and shatter once they make contact with the ground. And the chair you were standing on just moments before has toppled over beside you, one squeaky wheel still rolling as if to mock you. There is immense pressure in your back, somehow dull and sharp at the same time. Attempting to move at all causes a surge of agony across your body. Breathing hurts, yet you continue to attempt deep breath after deep breath. Faintly, you hear the sound of someone entering the room and voices above you begin to chatter. One voice you recognize, one you don't. You attempt to open your eyes to see the pair, but pain blurs your vision. Oh, that's not a... Okay, wait a minute. Huh. She... Okay. Okay's like... in a lot of pain. Most spinal injury. Shame. You don't hear much more. The pain is too great and you succumb to it. Your eyes close. They never reopen. End. Fall back. I knew the wheels on that chair were gonna be a problem. Damn it. But that's why I saved them immediately. Do not. No, it's got wheels. It's too big of a risk to stand on top of it as it is. Exactly what I mean. Taking off your heels wouldn't be enough. You'd need something to steady it at the very least. What if we stood on the table? Do we even need what's in the cabinet? It wasn't that interesting. Last thing you need is to fall and break your neck here, of all places. Good point. Good thing we didn't do it. There appears to be some kind of digital log next to the door of the room. You might as well read it. Doctor's log, entry X. 2 lockers were filled today, a man and a woman. We usually don't get 2 at once. Okay. E has been capitalized. We usually don't get 2 at once. It was a bit of a surprise, so EA Games. EAN. But our ever so eager boss assured us that it was the best way to take care of things. And we're not getting paid to judge. We're getting paid to work. First, the man who was brought in, a horse but certainly not as healthy. ENAA? A horse, but should I have been keeping the... I thought it was just going to be like 3. Certainly not as healthy. Oh, wait a minute, we could do this. Wait a minute. Oh, that is nice. EA. EAN. EANA. I'm just going to read through this and then we'll do it at the end. A horse, but certainly not as healthy as... Oh, there was an L anyway. Our boss informed us he was a smoker, but it's not as though he needed to say anything. We could tell. Oh, wait a minute. What if we said that we smoked and he was like, gross, I don't want you anymore? His lungs were inflamed and gray. You'd think this would have killed him before our boss got the chance to. Nonetheless, we followed our standard procedure and removed all the organs from the abdominal cavity. Then there was the woman, a fish, a beta. Her coloration was quite striking. I was almost envious. She seemed to be in a better state than the gentleman was. Her organs were healthy enough, all except her liver. Her liver seemed a bit fatty. We can work with this. They were properly emptied, then stored away. We're running out of room. We'll have to plan for expulsion sooner than we usually schedule them. That's fine. I've been wanting to empty the space again, anyways. I like the fresh start after expulsion day. Okay. They're harvesting the giblets. There's a sink in the room. You turn the handles. Warm and cold water runs from the faucet. There's a 2. As you look closer in the basin, you can see red markings streaking towards the drain. Not very tidy, are they? There's a scale sitting upon the table in the room. You have a feeling you know what it measures, but part of you still wonders if weight is really all that important. Row of jars sit along the table. They're clearly holding things, but it's hard to say exactly what. The glass is clouded and the contained items are soaking in some kind of liquid. You can only assume it's excess blood. Part of you is tempted to open one, but the much smarter part of you doesn't want the risk of tracking blood around the place in any way. Good plan. A fancy-looking light. You take a look at the light shining above the door. Its blue glow makes the room you're in feel even colder. You wonder if that's intentional. Maybe it is. You look at the lights that are shining above the lockers. All of them are red, except for one. And coincidentally, the only non-red one is above the column of lockers, with one opened at the bottom. You have a feeling you know why that is. It was going to be for you? Maybe that's what it was going to be. There's a rolling chair tucked into the corner of the room and has a plush seat which feels unfitting for the environment it's in. You doubt it will be of any use to you. There's a large stretch of lockers across the wall. They are labeled, but the labels don't make any sense to you, just a mix of numbers. You won't disturb them. You're certain they've been disturbed enough. Can we look specifically at... Yes, we can. One locker is left open. Peeking inside, there's only cold and darkness to greet you. It probably won't be long before it's filled like the rest. That was a lot of info we got in this room. I think... What about here? Place to hide? There's a work table in the room. It's covered in a tablecloth which is covered in blood. You'd think they'd be a little neater with their operations if they're hoping to avoid getting caught. I think they could be as messy as they want. I don't think anyone's coming down here to perform, like, conventional checks of medical whatever, but maybe? I don't know. I don't know what this is district as in his business. Wouldn't that be funny if that's the way that he was caught? They're like, okay, your power consumption is 10x what a nightclub should be, so what are you running down here, like refrigeration level electricity? Anyway. But well, they seem to have avoided it so far, so they must be doing something right. Maybe. Why did I come into this room? What did we find out here? We found out some history. Hopefully we don't get locked in here. Let me see, I can drag. Can't drag. Oh, yes I can. Okay. What about... That's fun. The vent in the room is blowing out cool air. Unfortunately for you, it's not exactly the kind of vent you can break and crawl into. Escape will have to come another way. Well, it was worth the look. Nothing along the edge. What a cool idea. Okay. So that was the morgue. What about north path? You walk further north along the string of hallways. When you get there, you see... a staircase! Surely this is the same one you saw before, right? You hurriedly make your way up the stairs. Uh-oh. Well, that was before I saved. What? Huh? Naturally, you attempt to go to the door first. However, there doesn't seem to be any kind of handle or knob, or pushing on it does nothing. There's a code. There's more music. Hold on, saving. There's more music. We can get out of here. I'll play a beautiful song. You look over at the screen next to the door. Oh, okay. Thank you. Yes, this is a chromatic scale. There appears to be some sort of song written here. Mary had a little lamb. But why? But why? Why would we do this? There's a keypad next to the door. Is there anything you could type here? Mary had a little... Okay. Little lamb? Maybe? Okay, where's the dry? A retinal scanner. There's 2 scanners here. One of them is looking for a keycard, the other is an eye scanner. Perfect. We'll take out his eyeball and take his keycard. You don't have any keycard on you, and your eye definitely isn't going to work on this. You just assumed. You approach the door again. You look very carefully for anything you can interact with. Some kind of secret handle or button that will open the door without trouble. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like there's any. Well, it was worth a look. What about the large doors? There's a fairly large door across from you in the hallway. Unsurprisingly, it's locked. It seems to require a number to open. When you tap on the interface, it says wait of the last batch. Wait. When you tap on the interface, all it says is wait of the last batch. Enter code. Wait of the last batch. Okay, wait a minute. 100 million. Okay. Go back to the morgue. Let me see. Maybe now, wait, I didn't have to come back here for that. Let me see, it was history? Oh, that's gonna be a ways back here. Wait for it. Okay, doctor's log entry X. 2 lockers were filled today, a man and a woman. Good old-fashioned notepad. Here we go. All of the letters that aren't supposed to be capitalized. I see. I mean, could X be the first one? I'll bring it. Doctor's log entry X. 2 lockers were filled today. A man and a woman. M. We usually don't get 2 at once. E. A. So it was a bit of a surprise. But our ever so eager boss assured us that it will be the best way to take care of things. Mean. And we're not getting paid the judge, we're getting paid the work. First, the man who was brought in, a horse, but certainly L. Not as healthy as they currently say they are. Our boss informed us he was a smoker, but it's not as though he needed to say anything. We could tell. We could tell his lungs were inflamed and gray. You'd think this would have killed him, but before our boss got the chance to. Nonetheless, we followed up with a standard procedure. Okay, nonetheless, we followed our standard procedure and removed all the organs from the abdominal cavity. Then there was the woman, a fish. Okay, I, Beta, her coloration was quite striking. I was almost envious. She seemed to be in a better state than the gentleman was. Mean Lepin. She seemed to be in a better state than the gentleman was. Her organs were healthy enough, all except her liver. Her liver seemed to be a bit fatty. We can work with this. They were properly emptied then stored away. We're running out of room. We'll have to plan for expulsion sooner than we usually schedule them. That's fine. I've been wanting to empty the space again anyways. I like a fresh start on after expulsion day. Mean Lapin. I mean, is that gonna... What code is that for? Does that match the letters on the big door? I was thinking that this would have to be musical notes. Maybe that was just a hint for the other ones. Maybe there will be another one. Large doors. Fairly large door across from you in the hallway. Unsurprisingly, it's locked. Damn it! Seems to require a number code to open. Oh, that's right. This was the one that had to do with weights. I don't think we know yet. 0. We didn't have anything today. What about ornate doors? Looking down one hall, you could see a pair of doors that look much more ornate than the others in the area. There's no windows and has interesting patterns etched symmetrically in the front. Attempting to... Is every single door locked? Attempting to open it yields no results, however. But there is a space to input numbers right near an odd-looking screen. Oh my, we need to know more? So king, pawn, queen, minus rook plus bishop plus knight. So we're looking for a bunch of chess pieces? Is that it? Because the bishop we found, and it was 16 or 91. I don't know. I don't think that we can deduce the rest of these without the others. That would be very challenging. Corner door. There's a small door tucked away in the corner of the hall. As you assumed, it's locked. Perfect. It seems to be like, okay, a code. Not just that, it's asking you for something. It looks like you're meant to place your finger in a small hole attached to the door. I am definitely not doing that. Yes. You hesitate at first, but ultimately decide to place your finger inside the hole. After a moment, ouch! Something pricked your finger. You pull your finger out and look at the bright red spot left by whatever needle was hidden in there. Suddenly, the screen that requires a code is blinking with a message. Confirm the blood type. Ugh, seriously. How am I supposed to know what it is? No one keeps track of those things anymore. Code screen shows you the following symbols. Your type of blood is blood. Type A. Type A. Am I gonna... Wait. Okay. Type O. Okay. Type B. We're running out of types. There's no negatives. There's not enough room for OB. Let's look at the morgue again. We'll look at this. Okay. What are really all important? Measure the jars? Oh. You take the jars next to you and begin to measure them. The first jar weighs... Oh, no. Second jar weighs 432. Third jar weighs 474. The fourth jar... Oh, my God. There's so many jars. After weighing them, you put the jars back where you found them. Perfect. That's all I needed. 323 plus 432 plus 474 plus 450. It's 1679. Wait, which one was that? I'm stupid. Oh, okay. You grab one of the sheets from the shelf. You might be able to use this. I have a feeling I know where I can use this. You look up at the cabinets. You look towards the chair in the room. And then you look at the blanket in your hands. Acting quickly, you placed exactly what I wanted. You place the sheet on the floor and then drag the chair on top of it. With the wheels being unable to move against the blanket, you take a step on top. Luckily, you feel the balanced enough person to be able to reach up with their heels on. You open the cabinets and look around inside. There isn't much, at least not much, that would be of use to you. There is a book in here, though. Nice. The book is unlabeled on the cover, but has a few different sections marked with highlighted tabs. What section will you read? We're going to read all of them, of course. Milk. He himself is a very strange case, even before everything else. He is incredibly secretive, but the tests don't lie. He's surely the result of a hybrid couple, though it's unclear whether his mother or father was the odd one out of the two. Though it's interesting that despite his results, he's predominantly a rabbit, so much so that you'd never be able to tell, especially not just by looking at him. If anything else were different, he might have come out looking more like a jackalope. Interesting. Uh-oh. You intended to continue reading, but something disrupts your focus. You hear the sound of footsteps and chatter coming your way. You quickly hop off the chair, hide the blanket, and roll the chair back to where it was. You need to hide. Okay. We'll do the classic. You duck under the tablecloth, hoping that if you're quiet and still, you'll go unnoticed. You wrap your tail around you and hope that no part of it sticks out. Within a few moments, two pairs of feet step into the room. heels clacking against the hard tiled floor. They stop within your view, facing towards the lockers. You can hear them clearly talking above you. You recognize Playboy's voice, but not the other. Despite the heels, it's a rather masculine voice. I told you, we only have room for one more. You were right again. I could have sworn there was more room. We have 2 bodies in the lab now, correct? Which one should we get the locker? They're small. Can't they both fit? Just stack them on top of each other. I'd take a bite out of that girl's sandwich. I don't think that will work well, as you would think it will. All right, I hear you. The blonde. First come, first serve, right? Fair enough. And what should we do with the fox then? Is the dumpster outside clear enough? That skank! Look, fine. Look, it's fine. We'll find a way to make it work. I tell you what we should do with her before the night's up, all right? Whatever you say, boss. The 2 of them move around the room a little more in silence. Then the pair walk towards the door, walk out, shutting the door behind them. You wait a few more moments, until their footsteps can't be heard outside the door anymore. Once you were sure you were in the clear, you get out from under the table. They didn't know. You take a look around you, as if someone else could still possibly be in the room. As you look, you notice something on the floor. One of them must have dropped something. Pick it up? Of course I'm going to pick it up. You crouch down and pick... Oh, wait a minute. They're going to come back looking for it. Oh, shit. Oh, crap. Oh, well. It's an employee card, but it seems important. You could use this for something, you're sure of it. You pocket the card. They're going to come back looking for it. Shit. You walk over to the card in the corner. You open the drawer in the card. There's nothing. Oh, here we go. Actually, you pick up the jar. Wait. Side of swooshing as you do. Maybe. Wait a minute. They didn't have all the jars there. You pack the jar for now. There was one more jar. Now weigh the jars. Okay, you take the jars you have next to you and begin to measure them. The first jar weighs 323, 432, 474, 450. There we go. There was a 5th jar. Damn it. Okay, 334. You put the jars back the way you found them. Perfect. Now, what could be behind these particularly persnickety doors? There we go. After a bit of processing, the doors open for you. Nice. Oh my god. You step into the room. Like the morgue, it's cold, but definitely not as cold. There's a lot of bizarre stuff in here, but by this point, it's not surprising. Okay, immediately saving. You didn't think that we would get in even 1 second before I would save, right? Okay, let's look around. We see a couple different doors. I guess maybe let's go right to left this time. There's a column full of glowing lights against the wall. The words on here are easier to understand than some of the other stuff in this place. It seems mostly to be reading the weather. That's odd. Why would it be reading the weather? Maybe whoever is down here is curious about what's going on above the surface. Not like they have any windows down here. The weather, or maybe they're superstitious. There's a thing here. You're not sure what it is. It's a thing. Is it a capsule? You're not sure how to open it. It's not a camera, is it? No, it shouldn't be. You're not really sure what to do with it. Maybe it's best to just leave it be. Kick it. Knock it over. There's a safe in the room. Strangely, it appears to operate based on a letter code rather than a combination lock. Input code. Wait, is this where... Wait, I know what to do. Ha! Despite having been locked, there doesn't seem to be much value inside. No! Looks mostly like a bunch of junk. A yo-yo, a snow globe, a vacation magazine, a costume necklace, and a knocked-over rook piece with a number 3 on the bottom. Okay, wait, that's useful. Hold on. Rook equals 3. Bishop equals either 16 or 91. Was pretty useful. Why don't we keep our chess pieces in the box, you weirdo? You walk up to one of the stations in the room. There's a bright red screen looking at you. It's a touchscreen and you play around with some of the options for anything that might be useful. Through your stumbling, you find an option that reads Disable Refrigeration Security. Oh god, why would we do that? Attempt... No, not yet. You leave it alone for now. Why would I do that? There's a crowded cork board in the room. You take a look up at it. Oh, a nice little drawing. Okay, rose, wasp. Oh, wait a minute. There's circles there. Stop storing the assets away so haphazardly, especially if you aren't going to label them correctly. Blah, 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 nag, nag, nag. When I grab one, have an empty shelf just to find what I'm looking for. And on that note, please try to separate them by condition as well. Preferences like keep us better for the associated with blah, blah, blah. Works out for the punishment. At least I don't know. Okay, what else is here? I see hexagons with numbers 3 and 3. A cute little smiley face. Corkboard. Okay, wait a minute. 12 plus 6 minus 9. Oh, God. Is that the queen or the king? Queen. I think. 12 plus 16. What? Just assuming I have a calculator. Wait, hold on. 12 plus 16. I don't see any negatives. Okay, minus 19 plus 15 plus 17. 41. I'm going to be really upset if I come back and that's going to be the one that's off by one number. I'm going to do it again. Everybody can just chill. 16 minus 19. Okay, we're at 9 plus 15 plus 17. I got the same number. It must be right. And I see a bunch of crosses. I don't think... Wait, this was an incredible... This is the identify the chess piece room I see, but I also see blood over there. Palm, Rose, Setia, Kupri, Strawberry Card Lady. So any of these? Palm? What? How am I supposed to know my blood type, though? Maybe those are... We'll be back. I can... Nope, not that kind of back. Very useful, though. You walk up to one of the stations in the room. You're not really sure what it should be or could be used for, or what it accomplishes that objects in the room don't already. You don't know what any of these buttons do, and you're not sure you want to try them out. Push them. Don't be a sissy. You approach the large row of fridges that smell... Oh, why did I say that? That feel like they're glaring at you. They're obviously the room's focus, and any time spent not looking at them feels like ignoring the elephant in the room. Uh-huh. You gaze into their clear windows, and rows upon rows of rectangular jars stare back at you. Oh, maybe the whole point was just the blood. Jeez, this is, this amount is absurd. He has to be selling these, some sort of black market organs dealer. How much have you made on this alone? As your eyes continue to skim through the contents of the fridge, a small glint near the bottom catches your eye. You squat down to get a closer look. There appears to be some sort of USB left on the bottom of the shelf refrigerator. Open the refrigerator? Wait a minute, we'll get another bad ending. Because I haven't disabled the security yet. As soon as you pull on the door even slightly, an alarm begins to go off. You panically look around you, but you can't see the source of the alarm anywhere. Not that it matters. Anyone around already knows you're here. Shit! You consider hiding for a moment before realizing there's nowhere in here that you could hide. So, of course, you rush to the door hoping to be able to hide somewhere else until someone deactivates the alarm. But the door opens just a second too early, and horror dawns on you as you realize what's going to happen. Sure enough, he's here, and you're on the ground. Hehehe. Had a feeling it might be you. You're a tough one, I'll give you that, but not very careful, are you? Well, got anything to say for yourself? Eat shit. Had a feeling it might be something like that. You feel his grip on your throat tighten. Attempting to speak at all at this point isn't possible anymore. See you on the other side, Nina. And he took your breath away. Well, not yet. You leave the fridge alone for now. Okay. What a silly thing to do, opening without security. There's a tall cabinet here with a screen on top. Seems like if you want inside, you'll need it. Oh my god, another password. Provide the red word. Red word, huh? It's not Squidward. Red word. Rose. Okay, seems that wasn't it. It's worth a try, though. There's some drawers here. Although it doesn't look it, the drawers are locked and are asking for a password to get in. Provide the green word. Okay, how about, grass? Okay, it's worth a try. Block machinery here. You can't make heads or tails of it. Attempting to read the screen attached to the side just makes you even more confused. Clearly, this is meant for someone with knowledge you just don't have. No problem. Oh, wait, those were the doors? Wait, hold on. Go back. Refrigerator room. That was the exit? I have to confirm. Yes, it was. Okay, well, we're going to go back one more time because, let's try disabling the security, I guess. Make your selection. Huh? Squirrel, fox, deer, skunk, bird, cat, dog, horse. These are animals. Perhaps the corkboard can assist. Oh, I don't see anything that might be related to that here. Although Rose is 5 of something. Rose and ladies, Toma, card, rasp, straub, palm. I don't know. I see a bunny. Let's see what happens when I click one of them. Okay. You have one attempt left? Okay, we'll go back. So we're looking for animals for that one. I'm not too concerned about there being one guess left. I'm sure... I don't think we have all of them here. We have the rook, the bishop, and the queen. Rook, bishop, queen. We don't have pawn. We don't have knight, and we don't have king. That would be really funny. One of these times I'm going to guess, and it will just be that. Okay. Your type of blood is... rose. What? Wait. Huh? Oh, I guess, okay. Maybe it would be you would just keep guessing them, and then you would find them. That was just the one that I remembered, was rose. Because there was a bunch of them. There was Talma, and so on. I get it. You walk into the room, finally! This seems like the most normal room you've encountered. Designed for a bit of a strange machinery, it looks like a normal office. Feels almost, inappropriate. But you have better things to do than ponder over that. Uh-huh. Okay, another corkboard. Full of lots of paper and words you don't quite understand. Borderline unreadable. There's a small sticky note with a drawing of someone on it, though. Regretfully, admittedly cute. There's a glowing scan of some sort here. Hink. That's not just any scan. That's a scan of you. Here we are. Images of you flicker on the screen with words describing you. Nina, last name unknown, red fox. Intersex female, eyes yellow. Wait, what did that just say? Red fox. Maybe it's going to be in order, because here's a fox, right? Red, fox, red. Because I remember something was asking for red. I don't know. Eyes yellow. Hair orange. Blood type rose. Okay, well. Notes. Scans are picking up something. Unclear as of now. Review her organs after removal. Well, that last sentence isn't the most reassuring. You've got to get out of here. Okay. That was the idea. Red number 3, cute number 42. Strangely enough, there seems to be a small makeup set in here. You take a look over it. Part of you is almost tempted to nick some for yourself, but you're sure whoever owns this will know if one goes missing. Best to play it safe. Red number 3, cute number 42. Okay. Wait a minute. There was more. What was green? Green was number 1. That was one of them. Green is number 1. Red is number 3. Fantastic. Purple is 30. Underlined E. Okay. What about the lockers? You open some kind of cabinets under the desk. They're not locked, but there's also not really anything important in here. Staplers, paper clips, office tape, just supplies and junk drawers. Whatever. You approach the computer in the room, leaning over the keyboard as you reach your hands out to the controls. But what are you doing in here? A rather effeminate man barges into the room and accosts you before you can do anything. He's clearly panicked. This isn't going to end well. Talk it out. Grab him. Oh. It's immediately apparent to you as you feel electricity burn and ripple across your entire being. He's a peacock! Your muscles contract and lock up in ways you didn't think were possible. You never really wanted to know it was. You can't even tilt your head and reach the slightest inch forward. All control has been ripped from you in a matter of seconds. You've never really been struck by lightning before, but you have to imagine it must feel somewhat like this. You collapse on the floor after a moment, but you're not met with any relief. As soon as you fall, he shocks you again. And again, and again, and again. Like he's afraid if he lets you go for even a second, you'd be at his throat. Which, to be fair, you probably would be. The pain is so intense, growing and spreading until all suddenly dissolves in a brief moment before you black out completely. You never get back up. Wait, did we spend too much time in the room? That must have been what it was. Fried foxtail? Interesting. You're kidding. I never saved that entire time. How unbecoming of me to not save at all. So I think it was touching the computer it didn't like. Okay, now we're saving. So don't touch the computer. There's a mini fridge in here. By this point, you're half expecting it to be full of body parts like everything else is. True. It's not, though. Actually, it's full of snacks. Take one. Mine. Cans of iced coffee and tea, some grilled beast dish. There's even a stack of chocolate bars tucked in the corner. There, this is a snacker. These are my people. I could go for a snack. Eat something, of course. Screw it. Many fridges are made to be emptied. You grab a container full of strawberries and pop a few into your mouth. You're not usually one for sweet stuff, but something about the situation you're in makes this feel like one of the best meals you've ever tasted. You shut the container and put it back in the fridge. That's better. Thank you. I am now full. Do foxes like strawberries? I think that's true. You look at the boxes under the workspace. It's full of machinery components, but no tools to put them together. Screws, bolts, washers, batteries. And an eyepiece with a number 3 on it. Perfect. That's what we needed. Knight equals 3. Rook was also 3. Here's a metal panel here. You try to open it, but not even an inch to give. It's definitely the kind of door that requires some special tool to open, or like is closed by magnets or something. It's probably nothing relevant to you anyways, just a bunch of machine buttons that control the lights on the workspace or something. Okay. There's a small shelf attached to this contraption. What is this? There's nothing of usefulness here, but mysteriously, there's a storybook here. A children's storybook. You remember this story from your own childhood. What's it doing here? Read it? Okay. The Turtle and the Rabbit. You're so slow, said the rabbit to the turtle. Speed isn't everything, said the turtle to the rabbit. I will show you. I'll beat you in a race. Haha, laughed the rabbit. We'll see about that. All the woodland animals gathered around to see the race. On their marks, get set, go. Wait a minute, these are animals. I could use this to solve the code. So what is it just gonna be turtle and rabbit? That's the 2. The rabbit sprinted away from the starting line, leaving the turtle behind. Figuring that he had plenty of time to wait for the turtle to catch up, he gathered some leaves together and then laid down for a nap. After some time, the turtle approached where the rabbit was sleeping. He continued on along the path, determined to finish the race. Ha ha, the rabbit laughed, looking down into the hole. You were right, speed isn't everything. You have to be clever, too. The rabbit sped ahead, leaving the turtle behind once again. He ran until he reached the finish line. Once he crossed it, he was greeted by 2 of his forest friends, the moose and the robin. You did it, they cheered. Where's the turtle? Oh, I'm sure he'll be catching up soon, said the rabbit. But I wouldn't wait for a slowpoke like him. That's strange, you thought this book had a different ending. This is what rabbits rewriting history to make them seem like they're less of a jerk. Maybe it's just this one left. There's an illuminated workspace over here. You're not sure what it could be. Oh, you're not sure what could be being worked on over here. It doesn't exactly look like the kind of place you'd handle body parts. You thought maybe there'd be some kind of tool up here you could defend yourself with. A screwdriver or a hammer. But there's nothing. Great. Fantastic. There's an incredibly strange glass cylinder-like mechanism in the room. There's nothing at the bottom of the machine except for some sort of camera attached to a mechanical arm. Oh, did they scan us here? They had us propped up right like a cadaver? You see tracks surrounding it, implying that the camera can not only move vertically, but also circle around the perimeter of the cylinder. Maybe it's like a different type of MRI machine. Boxes are full of nothing but junk. Empty jars, machinery parts, just a bunch of spares for anything they might need. Is there a king piece in here somewhere? I have a feeling that once I touch that door, that's not going to go well. Okay, attempt. So, do you think it was rabbit and turtle, or was it moose and bird? I don't see. Moose. Wasn't it moose and bird? Moose and bird. Okay, there we go. The security has been successfully disabled. I was going to say there's no rabbit here. You should be able to safely open the fridge now. Okay, give me it. Open it. You open the fridge doors and carefully, not to move anything else, you pick up the USB sitting near the bottom. You put the USB into your pockets. It's his USB. It probably goes back in that other room. See, now I'm oversaving. This is what happens. Did they have colors on them? Nope, we still need the pawn and the king for this one. Let me see. E, D, C. Try try. EDCDEE. Oh, the keypad lets out a soft thing. Then what did we need the other things for? Surely you must have done it right then. You stand in front of the door waiting for it to slide open. But, that doesn't happen. You think about inputting the code again when, hello? You hear his voice crackle through a speaker. Shit. You keep quiet, hoping if you don't make a noise, he'll think it was just a glitch or something. Nina, is that you? Shit! Haha, do you think I'd open the door for you? It's a failsafe for a buddy of mine. Don't worry, I'll come get ya. You hurriedly turn away from the door and do your best to get down the stairs without tripping. You look around yourself in a panic. You need to hide somewhere, but where? Is it even worth hiding? He knows you're out. It's only a matter of time before he finds you. You continue racing down the halls, not even sure where you're going at this point. You run down one hall only to find out it's essentially a dead end. There's a door, but it's locked, and you don't have the time to try unlocking it. Oh, well, that's it. Sorry, darling, but I don't mean to manhandle you. Uh-huh. But you didn't give me much of a choice. I'll go back to the table. No, a little too late for that, I'm afraid. Seems like I can't let you out of my sight. Don't worry, baby girl. I'll take good care of you. You suddenly feel a sharp pain in your back, similar to the one you discovered at the stairs. Much like then, your vision begins to wane. Until there's nothing left. Dang it. Dead Time Lullaby. Well, it was worth a try. I guess Jade? Maybe we need to go back and reread some of these things. Let me see. We'll read Jade. He's obsessed with moving. If he's not dancing, he's exercising. If he's not exercising, he's walking. If he's not walking, he's standing, impatiently tapping his foot or bouncing his leg. Or using that silly little mortal and pestle like it's a stim toy or something. If he is still, it's because he's in good company, occupying so much of his mind that moving is no longer necessary. In a way, I almost feel bad for him. It must be exhausting to need to be distracted that much. In a way, he reminds me of this excavator I met once. A mutt though, not a purebred. And not just because he's a rabbit either. Not just because he's a rabbit either. Not just because he's a rabbit either. Okay. Ruby. It's always red with him. I've never heard him say it's his favorite. But it must be. Once has to wonder if it's due to the business he's in or because he spends so much time staring into his own eyes. Despite everything, I have to say he's the creepiest when he's looking into a mirror. He stares at himself with such intensity, yet I can't tell what's going on in his head. I'm not sure if it's dissatisfaction, but it certainly isn't admiration. I wonder if there's things he'd like to change on the outside. Maybe we can make him look more like a... Okay. Okay, so it brought up SKVADER multiple times. Change things up. This one ended with up. Okay, Vader. The drawer unlocks to you. You take a quick look inside at anything that might be helpful. There's a strange syringe in here. It's full of something, but you're not sure what. Hey, we have a weapon. Of course I'm going to take it. What do you mean? You pocket the syringe, being extra careful not to poke yourself with it. So, does that mean... SK Vader again? You rummage around inside, looking at... Okay. There's a bottle named chloroform. Oh my god. Do you want to... Yes, of course. Pocket the jar. Okay, I have a feeling that this is going to be useful for Dealing with our friend at the computer, huh? Let's see. I'm gonna go here. Then we'll go back to the office. So if I touch the computer now, can I fight back maybe? Use chloroform. Oh, there we go. You grab the chloroform bottle you picked up earlier and attempt to use it against him. Unfortunately, it's not as though you had time to unscrew the damn thing, and your instincts knew that. Because quicker than you could even think, you smash the bottle against his head as chloroform drenches the two of you. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Both of you fall to the floor against the newly shattered glass. Well, you remember hearing this fast-acting chloroform was in a movie magic once. That it really can't knock you out in a matter of seconds. At the very least, it takes a few moments. But they must have gotten their paws on something strong over here. Or maybe it's some sort of blackout potion labeled as chloroform for whatever reason they could have had for doing that. Whatever it is, you feel yourself drifting out of consciousness almost immediately. And despite your strongest attempts to fight it, you can't help yourself from being dragged down to the floor under your own weight. Everything goes black. And stays that way. Knock yourself out. Well, true. Guess we earned that one. So what happens with the syringe? Acting quickly, you grab the syringe you picked up and sharply jab it into his neck. His eyes immediately contract, and within a second, his body goes limp. Oh, what the hell is this thing? Or is in this thing? He collapses to the floor. Poor, you're not sure what to do now. It'd be bad if he woke up, but killing him still seems a bit extreme right now. You'll just have to move quickly. You take his body and slap it against the chairs in the room. There. Oh, there. That's more, presentable. Now back to the computer. Let's see. Did you have anything on you, beautiful peacock? You approach him carefully. He's still out cold. Remove eye? I guess we're gonna have to. We'll search your pockets first. You bend down beside him and search any pockets on his person. As you dig your hands into one of them, you feel a small hole in the seam between the pocket of the jacket. That must explain why you find some seemingly dropped stuff. Continue to dig, you find a stun gun. Thank you. This kind of thing could be really useful. But when you point it away from you and test it, nothing happens. Not even a single spark. You double check to see if it's on, but still nothing happens. You slip it back to the pocket, clearly it'll be no use to you. Next thing you grab is a communicator of some kind. Okay, you attempt to get inside, but it's asking you for, oh my god, another passcode. Enter code, I don't know. What? Well, we'll be back. We'll be back there. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back. The computer shows you a lock screen asking for a USB to unlock it successfully. Luckily, you happen to pick one up. You insert it into the port of the computer and it unlocks to you. Well, bam. Wow. Okay. Recycle bin. The recycle bin is empty. Operations? Okay. Print key card. Current member? Wait, do I even need to print out this key card? Do I even need to print out a key card? I already have one I picked up earlier. You're assuming it's to the door. I'll save myself the trouble. Okay, well. We'll be back. Nice. Oh, cute. The file is named Carnival 1 PNG. So these might just legitimately be our friends, huh? Or is it our next victim? Cute. Carnival2.png. Okay, the file's named anightout.png. Oh, wait, I've seen that swirls mark before. Maybe I'm hyperanalyzing. The file is named 40. Perfect. 43. Nice. Okay. Now we just need the king. Pawn 43. I guess that's what I was looking for. What else? More on operations. I feel like maybe I shouldn't click emergency protocol, but of course I am. Actually, maybe I shouldn't. Yeah, I have a feeling no matter what this does, it won't end well for me. Okay. Scan? Computer informs you that the scanner is empty. Not like you have anything to scan anyways. Okay, well, time to take his eyeball. You don't have anything to do that with. Well, you can't use your fingers? I guess that would be unbelievably intimate, wouldn't it? Ramming your fingers into somebody's eyeball, ripping it out. So, okay, I have a theory about this one. Let me see. Yeah, red, purple, yellow. Okay, I get it, I get it. That's sad. They just put on the red. Check the communicator. Okay, here we go. 7, 10, 18, 16, 3. Well, it was worth a try. 7, 8, 9, 6, 3. Ah, there we go. Okay, it was 9. You, Simbella. Okay. Aha, it works. You immediately start snooping in the communicator looking for a way to contact the outside world. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to have any command for that. Well, it was worth a try. Rather, it seems like it's only built to communicate with the boss and other staff members. So this person's yellow. While fucking with them would be fun, you'd rather not draw attention to yourself. You leave it be. What was the point of unlocking this then? I see a yellow. Eh? No new messages from any of his associates yet. Oh, I understand. Maybe there'll be a message that comes through. I gotcha. Okay, so what did we acquire here? Maybe we can use... No, I don't think so. This seems like this is legitimately supposed to be solvable. Three by 2 by 1. Okay. So it was 3 is hexagon, divided by 2 is 3. Octagon, which was the 8 slits, so it was giving you a hint that it was an octagon-shaped drain, divided by 2 is 4. And then dodecagon is swapping in for number 1, but that's 6. So you would do 3 times 4 plus 6 to get 18. The cabinet doors open to you and hurriedly look inside for something you can use. While it's full of surgical tools, it's conveniently void of most things pointy or sharp. You suppose you could take these, at least. It's better than nothing. You pocket the scissors and close the cabinet. You look in the cabinet again as if hoping maybe some new tool has appeared to help you. Takes a bit of searching, but oh, an eye speculum. Oh, you poor bastard. You take it. Should we open? Maybe we'll look one more time. Okay, well, say goodbye to your eyeball. What could I possibly be using the scissors for? Huh. Office? I apologize, young one. You approach him carefully. He's still out cold. Watch as he has tattooed on his eyes. Anything? Nothing. Okay. I really don't want to remove this poor person's eye. You've never done this before, but there's a first time for everything. You just hope you can get it out properly. You set up the speculum around his eye. It takes a bit to figure out, but it's easy once you do. You hesitate on the next step, but you have to do it eventually. It's hard to get a grip on an eyeball, not like you expected it to be easy. And once it's in your fingers, pulling it out is another story. It's very resilient to wanting to be pulled out. Who would have guessed that it would want to stay in its socket? It's a good thing you're not squeamish, otherwise you might imagine this would be hell for you. Once you finally pulled it out enough to see what you assume are the nerves, you get to cutting. You cut everything you see attached to the globe of the eyeball until it finally separated. You hold the eyeball in your hands. Oh, what a beautiful pink color. This better work. You remove the speculum from his eyelids and let them fall to be mostly closed. He's looking a bit worse for wear, but that's not your problem anymore. You step back from him as he lay unconscious still. Poor person. I guess, now that I think about it, never mind. They were going to kill us. Remove eye. Don't be greedy. I was just curious if we could see it again. Okay, now that we finally have the eyeball and the... Okay, let me see. We'll go to the stairs. Should be good here, right? For a while, it seemed like you'd never get out of here. But finally, escape is in your grasp. Scan the key card and it accepts. You hold the eyeball up to the scanner and it accepts that too. You can hear the whir of machinery again. You stand in front of the door impatient for it to finally slide open and let you out of here. As soon as... Nope. You weren't expecting to see him there. Why the hell would he be there? It caused you to stumble back and you tumble hard down the stairs. But that wasn't all. Oof. The scissors you were holding escaped from your grasp. Found their way back somewhere else. Oh, well, okay. The stinging pain in your eye versus the numbing pain in your back and head. It's like your body can't decide what it wants to focus on. Through the pain ringing in your ears, you can still hear him coming down the stairs. His footsteps ebb closer until he's right beside you. You struggle to open your good eye to see him. He's crouching over you. You're unsure what to make of his expression. He looks confused more than anything else. He probably wasn't expecting to see you too. Well, well, well. What were you doing? Me? What about you? None of your business. But if you're curious, I'll humor you. Little employee of mine lost their identification. I told him to just print a new one, but just in case, I've been looking for the little thing. Don't want a regular thinking they can get all the employee benefits just because they picked up the card, you know. Wasn't upstairs, so I was coming back down to check here again. You wouldn't happen to know about what happened to it, would you, darling? Well, I happen to notice you've got a bit of a problem. Right there. Oof. He says at the tips of his finger ever so slightly touch the end of the scissors. Ow, ow, ow. Even just a slight touch sends a tidal wave of pain flowing outwards from your eye. It takes every muscle in you not to scream. You want some help with that? Fuck do you think? Beg. Excuse me? You want help, beg for it. Fuck you. Titch. You feel Playboy grab the scissors like a joystick sticking out of your face. Don't say I didn't give you a chance. You know what's coming next, and all you can do is dread it. Your hands aren't strong enough to stop him as he rips the scissors out from your eyeball in one swift motion. Feel cold air push against the warm blood leaking out of your face, and then he stabs the scissors right back into your eye. This time you do scream. You scream, you flail, you kick your legs around frantically and scratch at him as much as you can manage. It doesn't stop him. As he pulls out the scissors and shoves them back into your eye again. And again. And again. Until you can't feel it anymore. Oof, that's a rough one. An eye for an eye. Well, I guess that's fair. Ah, I understand. Now we can print a new key card. Okay. So this must be it. Yep. Okay. I understand. You're in the Roar to Life and it starts printing out a key card. Thank you very much. Beautiful. You pocket the key card. Okay. Let's try the stairs this time. Because he's not going to come back this time because there's no missing key card. Take a deep breath as you approach the mechanisms on the wall. You scan the key card you picked up. It accepts flawlessly. Next, the eyeball. You try not to squish it too much as you show it to the scanner. And after a brief moment, it dings satisfactory. You hear the whir of machinery begin to run, and just as you hoped, the door opens. Without wasting any time, you rush out the door and find yourself back in the VIP room. The very one you started in. Wait, oh my god, I see it. That's a king, and it's a 13. Oh my, okay, king equals 13. That should be enough to solve the puzzle. Wow, that would be a difficult one. It's both a relief and makes you nauseous at the sight of it. You open the VIP room doors and lead you back to the main club and squeeze back between drunken partying guests as you make your way to the main door. And then you're outside in the cool night air. The loud noises of music and people become muffled behind you as the doors shut, and suddenly it feels like a faraway dream. You take a deep breath, the air is refreshing, and a slight breeze moves past you. You start walking down the sidewalk, passing others as if nothing was wrong, as if nothing happened in there. You didn't find your necklace, but at least you managed to escape with your life. Hopefully your necklace is somewhere else. Because you're not sure you'll be returning to the Lucky Rabbit anytime soon. Escape artist, hell yeah, man. Alright, well then what was with the code for the door? Because now we officially have enough. Let's see. We should be able to unlock that one. Let's see. Ornate doors. Looking down one hall, you could see a pair of doors that look much more ornate than others in the area. Okay. Oh, I still don't know what the pawn is. No, wait, yes, pawn was on the computer screen. Queen was the puzzle on the bulletin board. Rook was given to us. Bishop was in the hand. Knight was, I think, at the bottom of a drawer, maybe? Or maybe it was in a cabinet. Okay. Oh my god, I'm so dumb. Why was I treating those like they were parentheses? You hear a clink or a click from the door. You grab both handles, open the door, and step inside. Oh my god. It's Buddy and Little Friend. You take a step into the room. It's different, that's for sure. It's not as though the other rooms had as much noise going on. But this room feels, oddly quiet. Like it shouldn't be. Oh no. Okay. Look at all the things to click on. We'll start with the light. A red chandelier hangs from the ceiling. You wonder if it's really necessary with all the lights in here already. But it does give the room a charming red glow. Soft, luxurious chase lounge sits in the middle of the room. Is this like a storage room, maybe? Comfortable centerpiece. It seems almost criminal that it's empty. But you have no time to sit. Small plush turtle sits on the floor. You press your hand lightly against it. It lets out a soft squeak as you do. Cute. Okay, we can't drag this one left to right. Whoa, glitching out a little there. That was my bad though, I dragged it off the whatever. Traditional scale weights here. There's nothing you need to weigh against anything else. Okay. There's drawers here. Naturally you go to snoop inside, but they're locked. You look around the drawers and there's a touchscreen panel on the side. It reads my score, minus your scores. My score minus your scores, huh? I think I need a little bit more. -1? That's not it. Well, I don't know yet. Give me time. There's a fondue fountain in the room. Curious, you sniff it. It smells perfectly clean. Darn, you were hoping you could find out if they use cheese or chocolate for it. What are the chances that my pearl necklace are in here? There's a basket in the room with extra pillows and blankets, as if it wasn't cozy enough in here. A lounging seat lies on the floor. Somehow it looks comfortable and uncomfortable at the same time. Yeah, most things sitting on the floor feel that way. Gold-plated knight statue in the room. Not taking any chances, you punch it slightly. It rings hollow. Good. Okay. Dartboard with some darts stuck to it. Okay. Oh, that's probably what we're going to use. Okay. Does anyone know how to read dartboard scores? I gotta look that up. I see a square, a triangle, a moon? I have no idea. Seems like a fun game. Okay. Speaker, there's a karaoke machine here. Yes! If you weren't trapped in a life or death situation, it'd be fun to belt out a song or two. Agreed. Still, you take a good look at it. Seems pretty cool. It's capable of importing new music files and even recording sessions. Actually, there's a recording saved. Sure. You start the recording expecting to hear some catchy pop song and off-key singing, but instead it's silent, except for two people talking. It's Playboy's voice, and a voice you only faintly recognize. The voice is soft and feminine. Why? It feels better. But you just said it hurts. Ha. Sorry. I guess I don't explain myself very well. How can I say this? Sorry. I'm trying to think of a way to make it make sense. It's okay. Take your time. Alright, imagine this. Let's say I gave you a choice. You could either break your leg, or the love of your life can leave you standing at the altar. Those both sound bad. I know, sweetheart, but you choose one, okay? It's just a hypothetical. If I had to, I guess I'd rather break my leg. You hear someone in the recording snap their fingers. Bingo. Most people would, right? I would too, and that's why I do it. Yeah, it hurts, but you don't have to think about it, and if you do, it's not for long. It's so uncomplicated. Easier to live with, simple. I would rather live with that kind of pain, any day. Wouldn't you rather not hurt at all? That's not an option for me. I'm sorry. It's okay. Not your fault. I just worry about you. I know. But hey, it's worked for me so far, right? I guess. So don't worry about me. I'll be okay. I always am. I just, Seems the recording ends here. Very sensitive person that can't deal with a broken heart, huh? Way in the back, there's a minibar tucked in the corner. If anyone could use a drink right now, it's you. But you wait until you're out of here first. Rather it be celebratory than coping. True. Collection of bottles in the ground. Take a closer look. They're bottles of strawberry juice. Interesting choice. Box sits on the floor surrounded by and filled with toys, mainly of the plush variety. You dig around inside. Buried at the very bottom of the box, there's a note. Oh my god. PB has been teaching me darts. Maggie tried to explain it to me before, but she started talking about all kinds of crazy games I'd never heard of before. But the basic game is really simple. I actually ordered us some new darts to make things fun. They have little shapes on the points. I decided to go for moons. PB chose hearts, of course. Maggie decided to stay old-fashioned and stuck the regular boring circles. Well, okay, they're not that boring, but maybe they're not exciting either. Megs can be such a stickler for tradition sometimes. Okay. So the person that's aiming... Okay, I think I get it. There's a painting? No, that's not quite right. The background is painted, but the dripping focus of the art piece is made up of threads, embroidered to the canvas and trailing off the frame. It's an interesting piece. And you'd appreciate it if you encountered it in an art gallery, not here. There's a swinging chair. It's, pretty cool. You make a mental note to get one for yourself when you get out of here. Okay. A beat-up punching bag. You know exactly who's using it. To be fair, it's not exactly hard to. The rest of Playboy's associates you've seen haven't exactly been, built. Your picture hangs on the wall. It's strange to you that Playboy would have so many incriminating things around. Yet he seems to be doing this all for a while, so he must feel safe in all this. Safe enough to have his face right here. How strange. An elegant peacock statue. You have an idea as to why it's here. You wonder, if it were you, would you feel flattered about this being here? Something to ponder when you have the time. A rabbit statue. You can imagine yourself picking it up and smashing it over that asshole's head. It'd be funny. You'd take pictures. Yeah, that'd be nice. You look down at the rabbit statue. You could destroy it now, but you'd rather not deal with a bunch of broken ceramic pieces right now. Okay, a trash chute in the wall? A trash chute? How far does this place go? You'd rather not find out. Did I read the pink? I don't think I did. An illuminated heart sign shines in the middle of the wall. It does not surprise you in the slightest that Playboy owns this. Oh wait, a large pile of large pillows. Looking at it is very tempting. Like you want to jump into it, like a pile of leaves on a crisp autumn day. But you shouldn't. And you know you shouldn't. But man, do you want to? I thought she was gonna do it anyway. Okay, I think we clicked on everything. Do you think M stands for Mary? Collaborator with these things. It does seem like Playboy might just be legitimately friends with both Mary and Maggie. So that's fun. So that's fun. Did I look at that one? Basket in the room with extra pillows and blankets. As if... Oh, no, I already did that one. Okay. So now we got to do math and take a screenshot and think about it. There we go. The drawers unlock and you dig inside. The first drawer is junk. A handheld video game console and a collection of old games. The second drawer is also junk. Bubble blowers, candy, paddle balls. In the third drawer is... You almost can't believe it. It's your necklace. Finally. Playboy plummets directly to the floor, a loud thud following as he does so. For the first time since you met him, you can see panic on his face. What's the matter, big boy? You're acting like nobody ever taught you that love is violence. Before Playboy is able to get up, you pounce on him, straddling his stomach. He attempts to grab you, but you quickly grab his wrists and pin them above his head. Now that you have your necklace back, a single hand on his wrists is enough to keep him bound in place. He doesn't say anything as you attack him. He looks like he doesn't even have the words. His eyebrows are angry and his teeth are bared, but neither of them can hide the look of fear in his eyes. Eagerly, you trace a claw against the mark you left on his chest. Lightly at first, then you trace back up. Deeper, back down. Deeper again. His face winces and cringes as you do so. pained hisses escaping from between his teeth. Normally, you'd do this more quickly, but after everything he put you through tonight, you think you deserve to have a little fun. With your sharpest drag yet, you slice your claws between his pecs and down his torso. He lets out an even bigger hiss as tears prick at the corner of his eyes and stream delicately down his face. Yet he refuses to scream or even call for help. Not even when you dig your hand into his body and snake it up towards his chest. Then you feel it, pumping panically in your hand. Jackpot. There we go. I told you earlier, didn't I? I forgot something here. It was a strange sight for him to be so untaught. Slack, a man once so bursting with energy, now bleeding it all out. Perhaps you would have spared him if he actually returned your necklace when you prompted him. But he made his choice, and you made yours. You walk up the stairs, taking along the stuff you collected. The key card and the eyeball work perfectly in the scanner and let you out into the VIP room as you expected. You're covered in Playboy's blood. But now that your pearl has been returned, it poses no issue. Granting a bit of illusion magic with its power, you're able to mask the blood to anyone who sees you. You calmly walk out of the VIP room, move past the bar and around the dance floor. Until you're finally outside again. The music of the club becomes muffled the further away you walk from it. The crisp night air feels refreshing against your skin, and you can't help but smile. The taste of victory is always sweet. Looks like we got just a few more to go looking for. I think I have an idea where some of these might be. Let me see. I bet one of them for sure is just not doing anything when you're first caught, right? What will you do? Just stay put? You decide to stay in place and not move. You take a deep breath as you try to keep yourself calm. You'll work this out, somehow. You lay your head back and look up towards the ceiling. You scan the perimeter, then drag your eyes across the center. It doesn't look like there's security cameras of any kind. It feels like there should be. You take another deep breath to calm your nerves. As you do so, you notice a scent in the room. It's faint, but it smells lightly of cleaner. Uh-oh. You look over to the door in the room. There's a bright light breaking the darkness of the room you're in. If anyone passed by, you'd be sure to notice. But so far, there's nothing. You highly doubt you're alone here. Laying here, you start to think more about how you wound up here. You found some stairs, something happened, your vision had faded, and when you came to, you were here. You have no idea how much time has passed or where exactly you are. You assume you're in a basement of some sort, especially with the lack of windows. But it's anyone's guess. Really. Suddenly, you hear something. Footsteps. They're approaching the door. You hear a loud clunk as the handle of the door is grabbed. The door drags open. And who should be there to greet you but a... Uh-oh. Oh, hey there, sweetheart. Gotta be honest, I wasn't expecting you to wake up so early. Figured I'd have a bit more time. Playboy. Care to explain yourself? Explain myself? It really is a shame. I have a lot of fun with you. I would have loved to take you out a bit more before we winded up here. Especially after I just got you back. I had some fun dates planned. We had such a good thing going on last time. Guess it's my fault for getting too excited to recreate it. Can you cut this out? What is this about? You really want to know? Alright, I'll just say it then. Okay? Sit tight. Not like you really have a choice. Okay, it does differ a little here. Walks up to your table and tightens the strap, seemingly extra careful. And just like that, Playboy's out the door. Well, shit. Now what are we gonna do? Let's do nothing. You stay in place trying to think of what you could do to get out. It's not helping you. What if we just didn't do anything? It's not helping you. Uh-huh. You stay in place trying to think of what you do to get out. It's not helping you. You let out a sigh of frustration. You're not getting anywhere like this. And before you know it, you hear familiar footsteps making their way towards the door again. Shit, shit, shit. It's okay. Don't panic. You could still get out of this. He said himself how much he liked you. Maybe you can use that to your advantage. Yeah, that's it. He's almost in the room, and as soon as he is, you'll act your heart out. Tell him anything you can to get him to consider letting you go. You think carefully of what you're going to say. It's your only chance after all. Playboy walks back in, rolling something behind him. See, didn't take long. Thanks for being a good girl and waiting for me. Playboy walks over to your table and hovers above you as he gets his things prepared. Wait, before you do anything, Playboy pauses and looks down at you. The expression of his face as he does so is so odd, so innocuous. He's looking at you with genuine curiosity. He's listening for what you have to say. Well, here goes nothing. Please don't do this to me. I want to be together. This can be our secret. Oh. I know things ended so abruptly last time, but after spending so much time with you again tonight, I realized I don't want to end things again. I want to give this another chance, and not just as a silly fling. I was thinking, we could be serious between us, that we could last together even when the bar's dry and the sun comes back up. Please, it's not too late. Ha ha. Well, aren't you cute? I won't lie to you, sweetheart. The idea is awfully tempting. I do enjoy having fun with you. You're a real fun girl. And it'd please me mighty fine to let you go and have more fun before getting down to business. Unfortunately, I just don't trust you enough. You understand why it's gotta be this way, don't you? Ugh. And here I thought you liked me. I would have almost even said you loved me with the way you acted back then. Ah, come on now. You're acting like no one ever taught you that love is violence. I appreciate you sitting tight here through while I get things prepared. I like a girl that knows how to listen. So lucky you. You get to go out easy. While you can't move your head much, you can see out of the corners of your eyes that Playboy is grabbing some sort of inhalation mask. You know what's coming. This stuff's a lot stronger than what I gave you before. You'll be out like a light. Good night, Nina. You attempt to think of some other last-minute escape out of this, and you feel yourself begin to paralyze in fear as you realize there is none. You can barely even moon, let alone process it, as Playboy moves the mask over your face. You attempt to hold your breath, but it does you no favors. You begin to feel lightheaded within seconds. And within a few more, you don't feel anything at all anymore. Who is this? That should be... No, that can't be right. I thought that, Oh, I completely lost, aren't I? Now, what do we have here? Excuse me, little lady. A pretty young thing like you should be wandering around a place like this alone. Oh, haha. Sorry, I'm just a little lost. Oh, this guy. I was looking for the Lucky Rabbit Club. Do you know where it is? Well, I think I should. I run the place. Oh, really? Lucky me then. Wanna be even luckier? How about I make you my special guest for tonight? Huh, really? You don't have to do that. I insist. I'll make it a night you'll remember for the rest of your life. What a piece of garbage. Ew, gross. Anybody feel like rabbit? We better skin him up and feed him to the fox. Let's see. I don't know about these two. I know one of them, if I were to get into the freezer instead of hiding under the table, I'm sure that's one of them. I got no idea what the last one is. Okay, so let's try freezer. You scramble into the locker as quickly as you can, making sure all of you is inside. It's an uncomfortable position to be in, but somehow you manage to close the door behind you. It's dark and cold inside the locker. You never really considered yourself claustrophobic before, but you also were never really in a space this cramped either. It's not long before you hear the room's door open and the talking of people outside your locker. The voices are muffled, but you're sure one of them is Playboy's. The other, you're not so sure of. It's unfamiliar to you. They talk for a little while, and as much as you try to listen in, you still can't make out the words from inside the locker. Eventually, the talking stops, and you hear the morgue's door open and shut again. Feeling as though the coast is clear, you kick the door of the locker to open it again. You kick the door of the locker to open it again. Shit. You're locked inside. Your first instinct is to madly kick at the door until it opens back up, but you can't do that. The noise might attract the wrong kind of attention. You attempt searching with your feet and your hands and your tail, anything that moves, looking for some sort of failsafe. But there's nothing, just 6 smooth walls surrounding you at all angles. The locker is getting colder, yet you feel your body overheating in a panic. Is it just your imagination, or does the air feel like it's getting thinner? Instincts overtake you, and you find yourself rapidly kicking at the locker door despite yourself. You're not screaming yet, but you feel like you're close to. Despite all the noise you're making, you're able to hear it when the morgue door opens again. You stop moving once again. Is that you? Nina? He must be sitting right next to the locker, because you can hear his voice clear enough through the locker to make out the words. You stuck in there, baby girl. Despite knowing the danger he holds, you feel yourself begin to calm down and slowing your breathing just by hearing his voice. You're a slippery little vixen, you know that. You still don't reply. You want out? Just tell me. I want out. Haha, I'm sure you do. What do you mean by that? Say it again. What? Say it again. You gotta be kidding me, Playboy. Now, don't be wasting the air in there. I want you to say it again. Fine, I want out. Yeah? What's the magic word? Fucking please. Please let me out. His laugh has only gotten louder. Well, since you said please, I'll think about it. What? You wait for his response and stiffen up as every second passes with more silence to greet it. Was that the door? Did he leave you in here? Panic rises in your chest once again, this time even stronger than before. You start kicking like crazy again, hoping that something, somewhere, will just give and pop open and let you out. You do start screaming this time. Even if not Playboy, maybe someone else will hear you and decide to take mercy on you. You knew it wasn't true, but it was the only thing you had to hold on to. You're unsure how long you laid there, thrashing and screaming, but whether it was the cold or the lack of air, or just how much energy you expended trying to escape, your limbs fell slack against your sides. Your breathing began to slow, and despite the lack of light, you tried to keep your eyes open, but nothing looked any different when they finally closed for the last time. Foxicle? Oh no. Well, that was a shitty hiding spot. Okay. So if these are going in order, let me think. So knock yourself out. So there was something in between where we threw the chloroform and when we fell down the stairs and got our eye gouged out. So what was there? Okay, we'll beg. Well, fuck it, fine. Help me. Please, please help me. That's it. Fuck you mean that's it? I mean, this is your life you're begging for. I think you can give a bit more than that. You little, help me. Please help me. I don't want to die. It hurts and I can feel myself bleeding and I already know I'm gonna lose my eye. I don't want to die here. And you know what, that? You can see that, can't you? How hard I tried to escape. How much I want to survive. Can't you just give it to me? Let me live? I'll do anything you want. Just don't let me die here. I can't die here, not like this. Please, please. Oh shit, I didn't expect the waterworks. All right, you were a good girl. Wait right here. I'll be right back. Huh? Playboy stands up from his crouched position and starts walking further down the hall. You call out for him to wait, as you struggle to roll onto your front side. Using whatever power is left of your arms, you attempt to crawl towards him, still shouting for him to wait. He keeps going at a leisurely stride until he's out of your sight. You hear a faint plop, just below your face. You look down. The blood dripping from your eye is creating small circular splatters upon the floor. And then it starts to blur. You can feel yourself losing consciousness. Shit. Was he just fucking with you? Is he really going to just leave you here to bleed out? You're pretty sure karma isn't supposed to work like this. Oh, that's interesting. What does that mean? But before you can really think about it, your world goes black. You open your eyes, again. For a moment, you wondered if you were in the afterlife, but you can't imagine the afterlife would feel so unpleasant. Heavy. Everything is still a bit blurry, and you can barely move. It feels like it takes a few moments just to drag your hand to your injured eye, and once it finally makes it, you can see, or you can feel it's been bandaged. Somehow, you have no idea where you are, while also knowing exactly where you are. At the very least, you're where the room is different. Then something in the room starts moving. It must be the door, as you can see him emerge. You can see him clearly. He must be close enough to you. It's a bit odd, though, as you can't seem to tell if the amount of time between you waking up and him walking into the room was a few minutes or a few hours. Hey, pretty girl, heard you might be waking up around now. How you feeling? Yeah, I thought so. Well, I'm sure you understand at this point how these things usually go. Under normal conditions, well, I think you can tell what would have happened to you. So you might be wondering why you're still, alive? And, regarding that, let's just say I thought you looked real adorable. It was kind of funny, too. I'm normally not one for feisty, disobedient ones, but when I saw you there all frantic, crying, cute, something kind of clicked for me, and I couldn't stop smiling. You're special, Nina, in more ways than you're letting on. So, let's have more fun together. Okay? You're tired though, right? I can see why you would be. Get some rest. I'll be back for you later. Sweet dreams, sweet girl. And he's back out of the room again. You hate to agree with him, but getting rest does sound good right now. You sink your head into the pillow. You close your remaining eye. And you doze off. Well, that sucks. Oh, you've got good taste. After you place your order, Playboy follows suit. Martini, the way I'd like it. Of course, I'll get you for you right away. Thank you, gorgeous. You always know how to keep me happy. Really, not all the time, but I do. You gonna start coughing on me when I pass you one? Hey, don't underestimate me. Alright, aside from that. I don't remember. Was there any other substances you like? Because if you want, let's just say I've got some connections. We could make a real party of things, I love party drugs. What did you have in mind? Ha, whatever you want. You name it, I can get it, babe. Is that so? You seem pretty confident in your repertoire. I better be. I'll contact my gal and tell her to set me up with the good stuff. Should have it ready by later tonight. Then you and I can make a real mess together. Really? Rockin'. I came to look for my necklace, but it sounds like you're trying to paint the town red. Can you blame me? I still think about that night we met. Walked into town looking like a straight dime ready for a good time. And I only really got a brief taste of you before you up and disappeared on me. Real cruel thing of you to do, sweetheart. Leaving me out here all high and dry. Oh, please. As if people aren't constantly throwing themselves at you. I remember you kissing a guy while we headed up to the VIP room, and then kissing a girl as soon as we stepped inside. So pardon me if I have trouble believing you missed little old me so much. Of course I missed you. You've got something real special going on, Nina. Right. And how many people have you told that to? I'm serious. I never had a lover I didn't think was special. And then the fucking bitch rips my heart right out of my chest. Fucking bitch. It's a real shame, I mean, I just changed hearts last week. What a waste. Could have been worse. Could have been the lungs you swapped out yesterday. And don't even get me started on this big fucking scar. Who knows how long it'll be until Pensy can get to cleaning it up for me. Nah, you should keep it. Makes you look cool. You don't think it makes me look weak? Nah, it's tough. I know you didn't want to switch so soon, but how's the new heart treating you? Everything's okay? Oh, Mary, darling. I feel like a new man. Thank you. If it weren't for you, sweetheart, I'd be done bun. I'd be a done bun. This little necklace of yours really came in handy. They switched his heart out? How'd you ever come up with it? Doc helped me make it. Said it was a good idea. Not just good. Brilliant. And speaking of brilliant, just how did you know something was up with Nina? When we were standing by her, I just got this bad feeling. Like something was missing. Like she didn't have a soul. Sorry, can we not talk about this anymore? Can we talk about something else? Like what? I don't know. Maybe what we're doing for dinner. Why, you hungry? Yeah. What do you want to get then? I don't know. Wow, okay. That'll be it for Lucky Rabbit Club. Love the true ending reversal, how we went from total victim to just absolutely killing him. I always love it when there have some endings that are, what would you say, like exactly what you want to do to the villain and then you get a chance to do it, where she's just like using her sharp shrapnel fingernail and just cutting out his heart. Seems deserving. And then there was the little callback to love is violence and so on. It did seem like Nina was definitely a bad person. I mean, not just by the fact that she's a soulless fox yokai looking thing that kills people. There was comments about karma, the fact that they had met before. Who knows what they did before? It's kind of a shame because if Nina had been just included in with Playboy's plan, she might have been cool with it. If she likes to eat hearts, maybe that was just symbolic, but it did seem like that was something that she had done before. I mean, who for their first kill just rams their hand into somebody and then eats their heart, you know? I'm always looking with an eye to see how this kind of fits into a bigger picture, because any game that has Mary in it and the ability to deck souls and whatnot, I'm always theory crafting. It did seem like this was kind of in theme with, well, how can I say it without spoiling? Some of Mary's special powers, or at least in theme with it. So, if I were to say what were the most difficult puzzles for me, I think the one that was the hardest for me was the one that was unlocking the door, because at first I was like, oh, 3 times 2 plus 1, it must be 7, and then, oh, okay, it must be the sides or the circles or the whatever. Why I was so confused at that puzzle is I kept going back to the morgue, looking in the sink and seeing the 2, but thinking it was the rectangle that the sink was, right? So that's 4 sides, right? And then all of a sudden it clicked, oh, okay, there's 8 slits there, the drain is an octagon, and then all of a sudden it all came together very quick. So that was just me being BakaWashu. I can tell an absolutely massive amount of effort went into making this game, so I'm happy to see it come together in such a positive way. It was extremely fun to play, very, very fun. So I always enjoy these puzzle visual novels. So what did you guys think? What did you guys think of Playboy, the story, the endings? Let me know, and please go play the game for yourself. She worked hard on this game, and I think ArcadeKitten deserves 100 million downloads on this game. So please, everybody go, okay? I guess that'll be it for me. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.